good men and true.
Yea, or else it were but pity they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them, if they have any allegiance in them being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who thinks you the most desertless man for constable of the watch?
You Oatcake, sir, for I can read and write.
Come hither, neighbor Oatcake. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune. To write and read comes by nature. Well, for your favor, praise God, but make no boast of it. As for your writing and reading, let it appear when there is no need for such vanity. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for constable of the watch, therefore bear you the lantern. And this is your charge. You are to comprehend all vagrom men, and bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if they will not stand?
Why then take no note of him. Let him go and presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You are to make no noise in the streets, for the watch to talk and babble is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk. We know the duty of a watch.
You speak like a most ancient and quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only take care that your bills be not stolen. Will you to call at all the alehouses and bid those who are drunk and get them to bed?
And how if they will not get to bed?
Well, let them alone until they are sober. If they make you not, why the better answer, you may say to them that they are not the men you took them for.
If we meet a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think those that touch pitch shall be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take on a thief, is to let him show himself for what he is and steal out of your company.
You have always been called a merciful man, partner.
True, I would not hang a dog by my will more than any man with any honesty in him.
Watchman, if you hear a child cry in the night, you must call the nurse to her and bid her still it.
Half the nurse be asleep and will not hear us.
Well then, let the child wake her with crying. For the ewe that will not hear the lamb when it baas shall ne'er hear a sheep when it bleats.
'Tis very true.
And this is the end of your charge. You constables are to present the prince's person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
Nay, by Our Lady, I think that I cannot.
5 shillings to one who knows the statutes, he may stay him. Though not by the prince's willing, for it is an offense for a watch to stay a man against his will, and the watch ought to offend no man.
Aye, I believe it be so.
Well, friends, good night. If there be any matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your fellow counsels and your own, and good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us go sit upon the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
One more word, sir. Pray you watch about Signor Leonardo's door. For the wedding being there tomorrow night, there is a great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant. I beseech you.
Conrad! Heath, start off. Conrad, I said!
Here, man, I'm at thy elbow. Now board with thy tail.
Stand thee close then under this penthouse where it drizzles rain, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters, yet stir not.
Therefore know that I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible any villainy should be so dear?
Thou should rather ask if it were possible any villainy be so rich. For when rich villains are in need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I wonder at it.
Thou shows thou art unconfirmed. Thou knowest the fashion of a doublet, or a hat, or a cloak is nothing to a man?
Yes, it is apparel.
I mean the fashion.
Yes, the fashion is the fashion.
Oh, I may as well say the fool's the fool. Thou not seest what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know that deformed. It has been a vile thief this past 7 years. Walks up and down like a gentleman. I remember his name.
Did thou not hear somebody?
No, 'twas the vein on the house.
Hearest not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is.
All this I see, and I see that fashion wears a more apparel than the man. But art not thou self-getting too, that thou hast shifted from the tale into telling me of the fashion?
Neither so, but know that tonight I have wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leads me out her mistress's chamber window and bids me 1,000 times good night. Oh, I tell this tale too violent. I should first tell thee how the Prince Claudio and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought thy Margaret was Hero?
Two of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil my master knew she was Margaret. First partly by his oaths, which did possess them, and partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that my master Don John had made. And away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would appoint her the next morning at the temple, and before the whole congregation, shame her for what he saw overnight, and send her home again without a husband.
In the prince's name, stand!
Call out the right master constable. We here have discovered the most dangerous piece of luxury that was ever known in the Commonwealth.
And one deformed is of them. I know him. He wears a lock.
Masters! Masters!
You'll be made bring forth deformed, I warrant you.
Masters!
Never speak, I pray you. Let us obey you. Go with us.
We are like to prove a goodly commodity being taken up in these men's bills.
A commodity in question, I warrant you. Come, we'll obey you.
No, pray thee, good Meg, I'll wear this.
By my troth's not so good, but I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another.
I like the new tire within excellently. If your hair were a thought browner, and your gown's a most excellent fashion, I faith. I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
A mere nightgown in respect to yours. Cloth of gold and cuts, laced with silver, set with pearls, down sleeves, side sleeves, skirts, round underborne with bluish tinsel. But for a fine, quaint, graceful, and most excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on't.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceedingly heavy.
And 'twill be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee, art not ashamed?
Of what? Of speaking honorably. Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? I think you would have me say, saving your reverence, a husband. And bad thinking do not rest true speaking. I will offend no one. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think. You find the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise, 'tis be light and not heavy. Ask your Lady Beatrice. Here she comes.
Good morrow, coz.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Dost thou speak in the sick tune?
I'm out of all other tunes, methinks.
Do you sing it and I'll dance it?
'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill. Hi-ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
The letter that begins them all. H.
These gloves the Count sent me here are an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
A maid and stuffed, there's goodly catching of cold.
God help me. God help me. How long have you professed apprehension?
Ever since you left it, doth not my wit become me rarely?
It is not seen often enough. You should wear it in your cap. By my troth, I am sick.
Get some of this distilled Carduus Benedictus, and lay it to your heart, for it is the only thing for a qualm.
There, that's the first of the thistle. Benedictus. Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? By my troth, I have no moral meaning. I only meant plain, holy thistle. You may think, perchance, that I think you are in love, but nay, fair lady, I am not such a fool to think what I list, be in love. Yet Benedict is such another. And now he eats his meat despite his heart without grudging. I know not how you will be converted, yet methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallows.
Madam, withdraw. The Prince, the Count, John, Senior Benedict, and all the gallants of the town have come to fetch you to church. Help to dress me, good Cuz, good Meg, good Ursula.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Mary, sir, I have some confidence that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Mary, it is, sir.
Yes, in truth it is, sir.
What is it, neighbors?
Ah, good man, Burgess, sir. Speaks a bit off the matter, a short person. His wits are not as blunt as God help I wish they could be, but in faith, honest as the skin between his brows.
Yea, I thank God I am as honest as anyone living. That is a short one, and yet no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous, palabras, neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
Oh, it pleases your worship to say so. We are but the poor duke's officers. But truly, for my part, if I were as tedious as a king, I'd find in my heart to bestow upon all your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, huh?
And 'twere 1,000 more than 'tis, for I hear as good exclamation on your worship as any in the city. And though I be but a poor man, I am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, our watch this evening have taken as couple of his errant knaves as any in Messina.
A short person, sir, he will be talking. When they say the age is in, the wit is out. God help us, it is a world to see. Well said, in faith, neighbor Burgess, an honest soul, by my trophy is as ever broke bread, but God must be worshipped. All men are not alike. Alas, neighbor Burgess.
Well, indeed, he comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
Look, I must leave you.
One more word, sir. Our watch, sir, have comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have this morning them examined before your worship.
Take their examination and bring it to me. I am in great haste as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffragance.
Drink some wine ere you go. Fare thee well.
My lord, they stayed for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I am ready.
Go get your Hugh Oaking. Bid him bring his inkhorn and his pen to the jail. We are to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
We will spare no wit, I warrant you. Bring only the learned writer to set down our excommunication and meet me in the jail.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief. Only to the plain form of marriage, and you shall recount the particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No, to be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
You come here, lady, to marry this count?
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment as to why you two should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it now.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer. None.
What men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do.
How now? Interjections.
Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God give her me.
And what have I to give you back whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend, for she's but the sign and semblance of honor. Behold, how like a maid she blushes here. By what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? Comes not this blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious